Get ready for just a 6 matchup between the Jags and Rams as Jacksonville looks to improve on their single win in the series. It's Week 13 on EA Sports, and it's coming up next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led by their 4th-year quarterback out of Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mayfield. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Mayfield looks to throw. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. A nice throw there by Mayfield, a guy who really re-emerged as the season and later the playoffs went on last year. What are defenses trying to do against him?
Well, the first thing defenses want to do is use his emotion against him because he's such a passionate player that sometimes he comes up really hyped up and the ball might sail a little bit early. But as the game settles in, the next part is make sure you chip away at his timing, put the pressure on him so maybe his feet don't get quite set, and then he's not able to be as accurate as he normally is.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They moved it well, but here's 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about this defense that came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. So out come the Rams down for their first possession. They'll be led by the Heisman finalist from a season ago, the rookie from Alabama, Mac Jones.
And his stat line last week, That's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. Meanwhile, Jones throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he will have the first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Throwing, Jones. Got him in. It's Brown. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 21 carries, 77 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb, and that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. The kick by McManus is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Mayfield's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. From the 35 on 2nd down. Mayfield. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield. This goes out wide for Mixon. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Mayfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. And this one is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And the Rams got him. They'll bring it down. Zadarius Smith, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. I think this crowd not really sure what to make of things. Their guys have not looked very good. Their leader here at the top, he hasn't looked that great either.
And most
a rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now Jones throwing after the interception. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's good for Jones on 1st and 10. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 49-yard line.
Back to throw. Jones. He's got Jeffrey. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, and that'll be incomplete. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. Flag down. Let's see if this will stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game.
And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Sade Aluakin. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Mayfield to throw it. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Mayfield down. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Man open, here is Crowder. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. On 2nd down, Mayfield again. He'll get this to his running back, Edmonds. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, Mayfield. This one caught by Crowder. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. A handoff to Mixon. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll make it second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
Mayfield now from the 50. And he'll spot Higgins open left side.
Mayfield's pass.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. First down, Mayfield. Slings it to Anders, and it's complete. The tight end has it. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Mayfield with it once more. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. This complete to Lockett. And he's brought down.
Mayfield's pass. Complete to Tyler Lockett. First and goal.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Joe Mixon as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Here's Jones. A final shot before break. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Now a dump off here complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Let's go. It's a gain of 16 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going? First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. Nice move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Brian McDougal. And the Jags are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we are grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
Mayfield. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back over. Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
And that'll set them back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Mayfield off the play fake. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Here's Mayfield. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Throwing Jones. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Hassan Reddick. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
To try again after the sack, Jones. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for L.A. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how's he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw into the hands of Andrews. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Oh, good move. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
1st down, Jaguars.
They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Now a 2nd down and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Again, they run with Edmonds. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. It's Mixon on the counter. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
At the 48-yard line.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
To throw, Mayfield. On the catch, it's Crowder. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Absolutely have to credit the pass protection there on 3rd down because he had all sorts of time to stay back there, survey the field, go through his progressions, and you just have to know that sooner or later, someone's going to work his way open if you don't get to him. Make sure those guys up front get plenty of credit and recognition for a job well done.
And again, it's Mayfield. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Bilal Nichols in there to bury him for a loss of 11. 3rd and long for Mayfield. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Zadarius Smith in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
A 47-yard attempt.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
And he returns this to the 22. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now this one complete on the slant route. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. That's on the Pro Bowl guard, Joel Bitonio. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Now Jones. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And Ingram hauls it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And the Rams are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Chubb. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Nick Chubb with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Rams get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now down to 20. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. This taken in at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Rams have got it back. So a turnover there on the kickoff. And don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are mistakes that you're brave for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now it's 2nd and 9. Here's a give to Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing, Mayfield. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. On 1st and 10, Jones. They set up the screen to Chubb. The first down screen pass, good for 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Rams on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
We can make this one pretty simple. Wrapped up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to float this one deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. An incredible play there on 4th down in their own territory. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to fourth down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Nick Chubb with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that will cut this lead down to 13. A drive that time of 6 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. What was once a really comfortable lead is not so comfortable anymore. Down to a 2-score game after they've seen a pair of touchdowns go against them on those last 2 drives.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get off of autopilot right now, okay? Get back to what was working for them earlier. Understand that they still have a 2-score lead, so it's not dire, but at the same time, okay, guys, let's mash the gas. Let's get going again. Let's have some fun.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
Play fake. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And now it's 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Mayfield with it once more. Now Mayfield lost the football. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. The 20. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. But they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Now McManus for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a 1-score game.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Down he goes at the 23. A pickup of 4. The Jaguars on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Mayfield looks to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at their 49-yard line.
Looking to throw. Jones. Looking left side and he's got a man. That's Brown. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give running right is Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. Open man right side is Ingram. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Jones. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Jones. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. To throw is Jones. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here's Jones. This will be caught by Brown. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Well, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Jones. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the 1st of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. And they will take a knee here. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. And they take a knee. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
And Charles, in this one, the fourth quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So for the Jags, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for LA, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.